Hello YouTube, this video is about how to play Latin music on trumpet. More specifically, salsa in this case. My name is Luis Aquino and I am one of the most recorded trumpet players in the Latin American market, especially salsa and merengue. And we're going to see a second trumpet part of an intro of an arrangement for a song called Brujeria. From a very proudly Puerto Rican band, El Gran de Puerto Rico. It's a salsa band, and we're gonna see in detail, kind of looking with a microscope, the intro for that arrangement, and I'm going to talk about the whys, as far as why do we phrase these things like that, these particular phrases. So if you're coming from the classical world, or if you just want to know a little more in detail why we play salsa the way we do in Puerto Rico, so this is a video for you. Hope you like it. This intro you see here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, para, para. This is the tempo. Para, para, para. See, that's kind of the original tempo, if I remember correctly, and this is the way I would play it. The first two little parts of the phrase para, those 4 notes, I am not playing very shortly the second and the fourth notes. I'm not doing para, like this. I'm not doing that because it's not funk, it's salsa. And even though salsa is played with a lot of accents, the tempo is telling us that the notes should not be that short in this case. Of course, if the arranger would want the notes very short, they would have played them like that on the recording. But para, I'm clapping the clave here. Para, that rhythmic pattern that goes with salsa and merengue. Just in case you didn't know what the clave is, that's the short of it. It's a rhythmical pattern that someone decided at some point in history that was going to be the pattern underneath all this music. See how some notes of that intro are emphasizing, are landing exactly with some elements of the clave. See? I want to bring your attention to the third bar, the phrase on the third bar. Yes, it is slurred, right? But we do not play ah. If you noticed, I played it da. The first two kind of tied together or slurred, and then kind of like tenuto. Da. Please do not do what I have heard so many guys doing. Da. That's bland, insipid. That's not what this music requires, because it's not an Arban's book. We're not in 8th grade. This is music. This is something that needs that the phrases need to be taken somewhere. And if you play everything da, you're doing a huge disservice to the music. Please don't do that. So let's go to the 7th bar here, where the little group of 8th notes is. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, on that case, see how the clave is very important here. So like some of the notes of the phrase land as well with the clave. On the original recording, they did not exaggerate that, but it's so implicit that it swings so hard. This band is, oh my God, so swingy. If you're not familiar with El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico, it's gonna be in the on the description of the video, so you can check the band out, just in case you don't know who they are. The last note of the phrase is a daughter half note, of course, tied to an eighth note. And the book says that it should be often 4, which would be correct in this case and in this piece. But in Latin music, that's not always the case. So we have to be careful as far as how to release notes in Latin music, however they might be written. So just food for thought. For example, in this case, pa, 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 on 4 is okay. If you're accentuating your internal accents in 2 and 4, let's go back to the phrase of the 6th bar of the 8th note, the 7th bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try it on 2 and 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4, of course, lands with the end of the phrase in this case, but we're trying to look at it with the microscope, and I don't want to make this video too long. Another thing I want to mention here is that the last 3 notes should not be played like pa, pa, pa. Yes, we attack the notes where they should begin, but we should use the tongue as well to mark the end of the notes. Pop, pop, pop. They're not super fat, but they're not short either. Pop, pop, pop. For example, or too long. In this case, is in the middle. Pop, pop, pop. So hard to define, right? That's why I'm doing these videos, to give you a perspective of why we play the way we do here in Puerto Rico, and why salsa and merengue are played in a different kind of a way. And that's my goal, to explain to you how we are thinking when we play these things. I hope these little comments about this would help you find the best way to phrase the music, especially when it's not, especially when the articulations are not written. Here they are written, but lately I've seen many arrangements without the articulations written. So let's figure that one out together. I don't know why, but it happens. Anyway, Latin music is a lot like any kind of music, about taste and about knowing what you're not playing. You're not playing classical, you're not playing funk, you're not playing jazz, you're not swinging eighth notes necessarily. Sometimes we kind of do it, but in this particular case, no. I probably in another video check that out and talk about the few cases where eighth notes are swung in Latin music. So I hope you find this video helpful. Remember to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell icon so you get the notifications on your email when I publish new videos. Thanks a lot.